My name is Sophia. This is Ibrahim. This is Usman. Dad, the cookie's falling apart.
What I want to be when I grow up? I'm not really sure. There's so many things I want to be. I want to be in EMM for the message. My religion is Islam. We have to help the poor, and we have to give charity, and we have to help the needy. No, I'm not afraid being Muslim sometimes. I know Allah, He knows best, and He'll make everything right.
Some of the people in my class, they don't respect that I'm Muslim.
It's hard for us to grow up just because how people discriminate against us and what they think we are because of what they see on the news.
The rise on Islamophobia in Florida has been unprecedented. Our youth are being targeted, our sisters and daughters are being targeted, and it's time to act. Since the elections, things are going south, and this is starting to look like the Wild West.
Florida does have one of the largest hate groups.
Authorities say that Dustin Hughes confessed he wanted to frighten Muslims.
You guys want to come here and cause mayhem to America? Well, I'm going to cause mayhem to your religion.
It's been a very traumatic year for youth from the Muslim community. I don't know what it's like to grow up as a child where the president of the country I call home is saying that he wants to ban people of my religion from coming into this country. That has inspired me and the CAIR-Florida team to work even harder to build confidence within our youth.
My own son had to ask, why is this administration so bent on treating people differently? Doesn't the Pledge of Allegiance say justice for all? And he's 6 years old.
I can't protect my son. I can't protect other children if I'm not engaged on the ground.
We have set up a temporary emergency shelter.
We are doing that with a very welcoming arms.
And I'm a plaintiff suing Donald Trump.
And we are working with law enforcement to find out exactly what happened.
Tampa man rams into cars at a mosque before speeding off.
Hit that fast. Oh my God.
This is what kind of hatred that is causing problem all over the world.
Islam is not about one's faith just between him and the Lord. It's about the good deeds, the service that you provide to the community at large. CAIR assists in many ways. They make sure that our civil liberties and civil rights are not violated. They do a lot of services behind the scenes.
Muslim kids in these schools bullied by their peers and their teachers because they are different. I am an ambassador sent to say that you are gems. Seeing the power that CAIR has today, it's tremendous.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
Children are being impacted big time, especially in the later years. The drop off and pick up for the students, we used to do it out towards the parking lot. Now we have to bring them in towards the building so we can keep the students sheltered.
They don't feel safe. They don't feel welcome at schools.
Two members of ACT testified to remove a portion of Islam in the 9th grade world history books.
They are the ones that are having the experience to change firsthand.
They face a lot of discrimination, so CAIR provides hope for that.
It's very important for our youth to know that they have inherent value and they are not outsiders.
Whatever the tumbleweed brings in, we're kind of just used to rolling with it and figuring out a way around it. And I think that's what makes CAIR-Florida unique, is our grassroots.
As you can see, we are moving to secure the compound. One never understands or appreciates what these civil rights and civic groups are doing until you really need their help.
Yeah, this is me again. I have the f***ing bomb detonated in there right now, and I'm gonna set it off pretty f***ing soon.
Once you're consumed with hatred, rationalization loses its significance. You are motivated just to do damage.
The man behind these explosive threats is now behind bars.
If you threaten our community, if you threaten our Islamic centers, you will be arrested.
You personally responded immediately and decisively. That's why I appreciate about the contribution that CAIR has.
Some of the mosques that I was attending were previously bombed. So it kind of scared me and gave me this fear of, wow, why is this happening so frequently here? What can be done to help make a difference?
In Florida, we're in the top 5 in the nation where mosques have been either directly attacked or threatened to be attacked.
It was very, very scary to learn that a man was intentionally planning on killing women and children and unarmed individuals simply because he hates them.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to CAIR-Florida's Know Your Rights for Safety and Security training. By the end of tonight, you will know your rights to protect yourselves, your family, and your mosque. The anti-Muslim rhetoric that has been happening across the country is translating into hate crimes against the Muslim community. We have delivered this training to over 100 mosques throughout the state. We have trained thousands of Muslims to get out of the victim mentality. I was born and raised in this country, and I have never been through a time that we're going through now. When I was a child, we didn't have all of this. You know, we're gonna keep pushing forward and holding tight to our American values, and you know, we'll push through.
I like being Muslim. Kids very nice.
My dad works at CAIR-Florida. He's a civil rights lawyer, and he helps Muslims around the world.
And it's critical that we continue to stand strong to challenge not just Islamophobia, but all forms of racism that targets all minorities and all people in this country. At the time that the news of the family separation broke out, I was actually traveling, and I'll never forget a call I got just 2 days before I was returning home. My oldest son, Uthman, called me, and he's crying. He says, "Baba, I miss you so much." I was heartbroken for the thousands of children who were ripped away from their parents and who don't know when they're going to see their parents again.
Family means to me is everything. Without them, I don't know what I'd do. I will try to find them.
So much of the work we do in the immigration department is about bringing families together.
Eso fue cuando intenté traer a mi hijo, a mi hijastro. Eso fue el año pasado y solicité a CAIR me ayudaran para efectos de ver cómo yo podía agilizar el proceso debido a la situación que estaba reinando en el país, en Venezuela. Que mi hijo pues en varias ocasiones había sido amenazado y apuntado con pistolas en la cabeza por ser atracado. Y bueno, y eso fue en noviembre que recibí la notificación de que el caso había sido aprobado para su aceleración. Bueno, quiero agradecer la presencia de CAIR en todo este proceso porque llegó a feliz término para nosotros.
You don't have to be Muslim to come to CAIR. 25% of all of our applicants are of different faiths. I took this job because my daughter was subject to some bullying because she is a Muslim. As if I can't defend my family with my education, I don't really have a reason to be. That's why I'm here.
This is where we have to play our role in taking control of the situation. We have to show the children, if we don't take control of the situation, what it can turn into.
People have been banned from coming back to the country who live here, who belong here, who are part of the fabric of this nation.
I was born in Texas in 1987. In 2017, I was going to visit my family in Palestine. At the airport, they stopped me and they told me that you cannot leave. They put on a no-fly list. I was stuck in Jordan almost a month and a half.
What were you most afraid of?
Not to come back, that's gonna destroy my life. CAIR contacted me, and after 2 months, I got back safely to my home.
It's been more than a busy year. It's been a scary year. I don't see things changing without people getting to the ballot box. That's a simple fact of life. But in the meantime, we have enormous work to do.
Where there is hate, there's always an opportunity to turn that around. And that's what our vision and mission here at CAIR-Florida is to enhance an understanding of Islam.
Our faith, when properly practiced through our example, has a solution to these problems that this nation struggles with.
I think that the part that nobody really sees structurally is our effect on changing the way that others see us and expanding the visibility of American Muslims.
The value of our appearances in national media in U.S. news is $28.4 million. In international news, $13.4 million. A grand total of over $40 million in media appearances during 2017. That's truly a good return of investment for those brothers and sisters that support CAIR-Florida.
When I was growing up in Germany, we often wondered what our grandparents did when things got real in Germany, and I don't want my grandchildren to wonder what I did at this time in our history.
Kids are strong, and I do think even if they hold it back, they do see everything.
Being American isn't that easy, because every day there are more Muslims being targeted.
I want to be like my dad one day.
No, I don't want to talk to Fox News. Like once I'm finished one thing, there's another thing. Oh my God, it's very stressful.
So alhamdulillah, this is why we put in the effort that we put in, really to make sure that our children can grow up without feeling like second-class citizens, without feeling intimidated, without feeling discriminated against because of their faith. And not only that, but where they can actually show our country the beauty of our faith and what we have to offer, how we can be defenders of justice and compassion and human rights for all humanity. And they give us hope. I mean, I have no doubt that these young troublemakers will be the future troublemakers for Islamophobes in the future, that they will be the troublemakers for those who engage in discrimination in the future, that they will work their best to promote peace, tolerance, and understanding. Thank you for making our work possible, and God bless you.
Another troublemaker. He troublemakers.
Troublemakers for the bad guys.